So this is the first time I've been able to watch both of you swim. This was just kind of for fun to see you swimming side by side. Obviously, I've really got the video in slow motion just so you can see what's going on here. The first thing that really caught my attention was Jeanette straight arming it. So that's definitely something that we're going to need to address as we move forward. With Cal, the first things that I really noticed were that not looking down at the bottom of the pool, kind of bringing the chin into the chest in order to help get those hips up on top of the water. And obviously that Cal doesn't kick. And it's not that the kick is a vital part of the stroke, but it definitely can serve to drive you forward with force. And considering your strength as a runner and a cyclist, I see no reason that you're not kicking because you could have a really strong kick in order to drive your stroke forward. So I think adding some kicking into your swimming and kicking more in your workouts, I really think that that could be beneficial for you. Here you look down for a second and then you come back up to where you're looking forward. Really like to have the eyes focused right on the bottom of the pool. The chin into the chest. Sometimes I'll have people put a tennis ball between their chin and the chest and see how long you can keep it there while you're swimming. It's a really uncomfortable drill. I don't like to have to make anybody do it. It's much easier if you just bring your chin down. Here you can see that your hips really aren't breaking the surface of the water when we're looking from behind. Ideally, your feet are up closer to the surface and just breaking the surface of the water with every kick beat. You've got great extension to begin your stroke, but as you see, you push down first and then you bend your arm and catch. I'd like to see you bending your elbow out in front of your shoulder and dropping that forearm to point at the bottom of the pool and beginning your catch there. It's called the early vertical forearm, or EVF. You'll see it referred to a lot of times. It'll give you about a foot more catch. I just think that that's something, looking at where your stroke is, you could really benefit from that. It would definitely make you faster. Since you're already starting in a good position, I think that you're set to work on that. The other thing I notice here when you're swimming is that you're breathing a little late, as in you're turning your head after that hand is already back by your shoulder. Ideally, you're turning your head to breathe and following your thumb back, or as soon as the hand starts to pull, you've turned the head. It's almost, it feels a little jerky to begin with. You can't really see it here. I was hoping you would be able to in the above the water, but you can't really see it quite so much. Here your body position looks pretty good from above the water, but under the water definitely tells a different story. So now we're moving on to Jeanette. The biggest thing that I immediately see here is that straight arm pushing down in the beginning of the stroke, as opposed to keeping the arm much shallower in the water and bending the arm early and pulling back. Got a good arm bend right towards the end. The only problem with the arm bend at the end is the elbows tucking in against the body, so you don't have a lot of power right there. When you start your pull, you're pushing out wide, which puts a lot of pressure on your shoulder. By doing it with the early vertical forearm or dropping your elbow earlier, you're going to be able to move your arms through the water a lot easier, less drag. Obviously, I had the video on slow motion there, and then it went back to the regular speed, which is why it looks like you're swimming so much faster. You also tend to breathe a little bit late. The leading arm is already dropping down when you're turning your head. I would prefer for you to have that leading arm out in front of you until you bring your head back around. And as you can see, it's dropping down. Typically, I'll have you start this with the kickboard out in front of you. We had talked about doing catch-up drill as well, with either using the kickboard, the pull buoy, or keeping your arms on either side of the lane line so that you're no longer slapping your hands and practicing crossing over, because that was one of the issues that I saw right away as well. Got a nice high elbow on the recovery. That part looks good. Here you can see the crossing over a little bit. So here I really did slow motion just so you can see how you look coming directly towards the camera, where you're getting that really wide pull, especially there with the left arm to begin with. The finish is good because it's close to your body, but I'd like to see you start that catch much earlier, pull straight back towards your breast, and then push down the side of your body. Here was really just for fun. I had both of you swimming in line, which maybe wasn't the best videoing opportunity, but I just thought it would be fun to catch you both. Cal is actually kicking for the video. Thank you, Cal. And in general has the head down a little bit more, but that's going to take some practice. And already thinking about the high elbow. You want to keep those elbows wide so that they're not tucked in next to your side. Here comes Jeanette with really good reach. Also keeping the elbows a little bit higher. Want to keep them out wide like chicken wings when you're swimming. So Cal, notice if you just keep that out wider, you're going to get a little bit of a better catch and grip on the water. Overall, really good session. I think we saw a lot of little things that you both can work on to improve your swim and get faster. Thank you so much for making the time for me to meet with you in the middle of the day. I really appreciate it.